Hello, Facebook friends. So just for fun, I thought I would get deep with y'all for just a minute. So one of my Facebook friends, this is for you, Nick, has asked the question, did God create the coronavirus? And at the risk of getting tarred and feathered, I thought I'd take a stab at this one. So my understanding of God, and everybody has a different take on who they think God is and whatnot, but my understanding of God is that God truly is indescribable, because God is the energy, the source of all that is, the thing that was before the beginning, the thing from which everything comes. So because of this, it's fair to say that everything then that we see and everything that we don't see, that's part of the created world, the spiritual and the actual physical things that we understand, all of that came forth from something that is beyond description. So in that respect, yes, everything that is or everything that will be was created by God. However, we have choices in how we interact with the things that have been created, and we're something that's created, but we have this power of choice to be able to do things that of our own will that will change the trajectory of what's happening. So that's a really empowering thing. And because we have the choice, because we can do things differently, choose A or B, then we have the power to co-create the current reality. So some of our choices may bring about bad things, evil things that aren't good for anybody. So we can choose to go against some of the basic tenets that we find in the Bible. We can choose to steal or to covet. We can choose to lie or to do things that kill others or harm others. We can choose those things. And when we choose them, then bad things happen. Part of what's happening right now, I believe, and this is just my own belief, is that yes, all the possibilities for all the viruses and all the things are there, but when we choose to do things that affect our climate, this is my own personal feeling, when we choose to do things that affect our climate, and when we choose to do things that affect the temperature of the earth, then we reset its ability to have different bugs, to have different things that are growing. And because of that, we have chosen, while God may have created the planet as it is, we have chosen to treat it in a certain way. And because we have chosen to treat it in a certain way, different bugs then appear. So things that wouldn't have grown in a different time, do grow now. Things that survived on the planet at a different temperature, different species all over the planet, now are dying because the temperature is changing and the acidity in the oceans is changing and the carbon dioxide temperature in the atmosphere is changing. And when you do that, different things happen. So while God didn't send COVID or create COVID to destroy us, I believe that by our own actions as a species, we have created a climate where things like that may come about. You may disagree with me on that, but that's my thought, is that when the climate changes, different things happen. So we also have the ability to choose to go a different direction with our own lives and with the climate itself. We have an ability to choose to love the planet and to nurture it and to live in symbiotic relationship with it, where we're not using it just for our own good, but we are doing things to help it and doing things to protect it, and thereby doing things to protect our own lives, so that these kinds of bugs that we've never seen before are less likely to occur. But we need substantive changes in order for that to stick. So one of my prayers is that in this time we are really reassessing our priorities, and we're reassessing how we interact with the world, and we're reassessing what our goals are. How do we increase our care of one another through better health care and through systems that make health care available for more people or everyone? How do we do things that care for our planet so that these bugs won't come forth because the temperatures will stabilize and not keep rising? Are there ways that we can do that? Are there creative ways that we can do that? So yes, my original question from Nick was, did God create COVID? Well, God created a world where COVID was a possibility. And now through us, God can create a world where these kinds of things are less likely because of the responsible and loving choices that we make to care for one another, people, over profits or corporations or anything like that. Can we do that? Can we be a love your neighbor society? Can we commit to that? Can we be good stewards of the planet and of one another? These are the real hard questions, theological questions, not political questions. These are moral questions. They're not a left issue. They're not a right issue. We see now we're all sharing the same problem together, whatever you are, Republican, Democrat, Libertarian, or none of the above. We're all in this right now together, and we all have a responsibility to choose differently, to choose to lift people up, to choose the moral good of everyone, and to choose to do that in ways that sustain us and sustain the world, that we can all have a better life together. God has created us for this kind of task. We are made for this. Let's live into it. Thanks. Bye.